We are back. It is another slow news day, but we do have a plethora of Ripple XRP news. Also Polygon Matic, which is one that we really haven't talked about a whole lot this cycle. And I think primarily because they're just kind of chilling and they're building and they're actually doing things. And I forgot that Polymarket was built on Polygon Matic. And that was one of my moon bags from I think I've been holding Matic Polygon since 2018, 2019. Again, whenever they first dropped, shortly after that. I also interviewed the founders like Sandeep and the two other team members. I don't know if they're still there anymore. I don't think so. But I interviewed them way back when at I think was it at LA Tech Week in LA. I don't remember. But anyways, they're doing some cool stuff. So we're going to go ahead and cover. We got some more crypto ETF updates. We are still shut down. I think silver broke an all-time high too, which makes sense. Oh, you just had an iTrust Capital ad? Nice, Mr. Mixing. Good morning. Good morning. Really quick. It's so peaceful without TikTok, right? So peaceful streaming without them. I got banned for a couple days because I hurt somebody's feelings, I guess. But anyways, good morning to Mr. Roland, Mr. R, Mr. Dale, Mr. Legend, Mr. Gamer, Mr. Callie, Mr. D, Marvin, Lawrence, as always. So he's showing up and supporting. And of course, Mixing. Mixing helps me combined all the news together in the morning because he's awesome and that's what he does. So he's a big part of the show. So shout out to Mixing. Good morning, gorgeous Alexandra. There's a lot of stuff to cover. And sometimes I get slack. People are like, well, you're just reading. Yeah. Could you imagine reading probably maybe 20 to 100 crypto news stories every single day and retaining all of that information? It's nice to have notes. And then plus two, I go on, I go on I got to do my exercise and stuff in the morning, go on my treadmill and do my steps. So I like to read while I am doing that. And in addition, I got my kid to take to school and all of that. So when she's, being a little bit sluggish in the morning, I read and I update myself on that. And the way that I learn, this is old school stuff. I don't know about you guys. I know this new generation, everybody uses tablets and electronic stuff, but I like to bullet points work best for me. And I like to physically write stuff down. That's me though. That's what works for me. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's get all this going because there's lots of stuff to cover. Lots of stuff. So first and foremost, what's going on with Ripple? Because apparently there's a major Ripple institutional announcement, also with Polygon Matic too. And I'm always going to say Polygon Matic because that's just what I've always called it. And they've rebranded so many times. And I feel until we really were I feel until for the next year or so, I'm just going to keep calling it just so everybody knows what I'm talking about. Because some of the old school people are calling it Matic still, new school Polygon, mix people like myself, a dodo, both. So let's go ahead and talk about this little post over here. So this comes from Mr. Bill. Bill is awesome. Posts a lot of XRP content. But NASDAQ listed Reliance Group Global added 17 million worth of XRP to the treasury. This was revealed and filed on September 30th via the SEC. And the firm was previously focused on insurance brokerage services, but recently transitioned to a crypto treasury firm. And again, we're going to see a lot of that happen in crypto. We're going to see a lot of companies follow MicroStrategy, and that strategy is that your company's having issues. Let's go ahead and pivot to crypto treasuries because there is opportunities to make money there. Plus, it's kind of the rage right now. Not all crypto treasuries or DATs or putting it on your balance sheet, all of that jazz. That's not going to mean that you're going to be successful like MicroStrategy, but it's a nice pivot. You should still practice risk management. They also hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA. The ticker is RELI, R-E-L-I. And the firm emphasized XRP's speed, scalability, energy efficiency, and use in cross-border payments. Reliance described XRP as aligned with its long-term blockchain adoption goals. I think that it's interesting that they're an insurance brokerage services, but they're transitioned to a crypto treasury firm. And the reason why is I'm sure there's going to be use cases for insurance brokerage services in crypto. Okay. Also, shout out to Lawrence for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I've got some flowers back over there. We like flowers. Let's get into the next story because there's more stuff to cover. And we're going to do price updates too. Okay, now this story. Majority of institutions expect to double digital asset exposure by 2028. And this is according to State Street. And we also have Citibank. I believe it was Citibank that says we should see a bear market in 2026. And there's another entity that's calling for a bear market in 2028, which very well could be, especially the way that the cycle is operating right now. Now, let's go ahead and get into this one here. So State Street surveyed over 300 senior institutional leaders regarding crypto exposure. And State Street, if you don't know, I didn't know. I just thought they were another TradFi people over there. But they are one of the world's largest custodians with $49 trillion in assets. So these people have a lot of capital and they probably know what they're doing. Participants in the 300 senior institutional leaders survey was asset managers, pension funds, insurance firms, sovereign wealth funds. 60% of institutions plan to increase crypto allocations within 12 months. Over 50% expected to double exposure by 2028. And tokenization, private equity, and fixed income seen as the first major use case. Tokenization or tokenized private equity, RWAs. That's why it's so important to pay attention to all the different chains that are offering RWAs. In addition to that, which ones will become crypto spot ETFs? In addition to that, which one are made in America? In addition to that, what are in like the top 100, maybe 200, if you're looking for a little bit of outliers. By 2030, most expect 10 to 24% of their portfolios to be tokenized. We're talking about having that much of tokenization in your portfolios. I'm anticipating that pretty much everything is going to be on chain, tokenized stocks, bonds, mutual funds by that time or a little bit after. Because I don't understand why these companies, the TradFi companies, wouldn't just merge over to tokenization. Doesn't make any sense. Transparency, faster trading, lower compliance costs are key drivers, and nearly half expect 40% cost savings from digital asset infrastructure. 40% of institutions are already dedicated digital assets units. So what does all this chat mean? Oh, maybe it's not right. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate it. Probably. We make mistakes over here on this show. Can you look it up for me, Lawrence? Can you? What's going on? DZ, everything is listed on Coinbase now. I want to say that they, all of their meme coins and all their crap, they've listed there. That's what I mean. So a Coinbase listing doesn't hold the power that it used to because they were super selective on what they listed. And I want to say now everything on Base is on Coinbase now. Let me double check. Let me just double check. Let's see. What's the guy's name from Base? What the hell is his name? I don't remember. Oh, here we go. Okay, what did he say? Okay, hold on a second. This guy just shills a lot, man. Hold on a second. Where is it? Maybe I have it. I don't know. I thought that they listed everything. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know what's going on. I don't really use Coinbase. I'm scared to use them. And again, if you like Coinbase, you should use it. I'm no negativity from me. I just get a little bit nervous with it just because of the big leak that they had. And just because I've seen so many people that, like get their funds locked there. So I'm absolutely terrified of it. And it's not that like, listen, Coinbase has done a lot of really good stuff. I just get nervous about it. Like, I don't know. That's just me though. Yeah, and I also don't necessarily align with all of their ethos. Oh yeah, every Base meme is now listed on Coinbase. So Brian Armstrong said it. So if you're into Base memes, this is good for you, I guess. But my concern here is that my concern with this is like, where's the liquidity coming from? Like, and with their, I want to say through Zoro or maybe through Zora. I forget what it's called. But they're tokenizing everything. Like anybody can tokenize anything. So it's like, are all those going to get put over there? Like, I don't know. It just seems like it seems like an implosion to me, but it is Brian Armstrong. It is Coinbase. Like they'll be fine. I don't know. That's just me. I'm a lot more risk on right Is it the right way to say risk on? I'm a lot more cautious right now. I'm cautious because I want to protect my capital. Like, I've came this far in crypto. I want to protect my capital. I want to be able to have enough money to where I do not need, where I don't, like, I could just chill, retire if I want, my kids taken care of. By the way, I got my kids, I didn't get her x-rays. I got her diagnosis this morning. So I have to deal with that when I'm done. But anyways, I'm just like really cautious. And I know B&B season is popping off. I want you guys to make as much money as ethically and legally as possible. Always pay your crypto taxes. Risk off then. Thanks, Chase. Sorry, it's been I was up at 3 o'clock again this morning. I'm just worried about my kid. She's fine though. Everything's fine. But I just want to protect my capital. So I'm not playing too terribly much. And like, I think what Base is doing is cool. I think that, I'm happy that they're building and they're innovating. It just, like, the tokenization of everything is too much for me. I don't think it's going to end well for a lot of people. That's all. That's my opinion. No worries, Lawrence. I appreciate it. All right. Now, this was what's going on with Base, but let's get back into the importance of this story over here. The major institutions expect to double digital asset exposure by 2028. So what I'm feeling here is that institutions, they're ready to get involved. We are waiting for the Clarity Act to get approved, which that's going to take a bit longer because of the shutdown. In addition to that, we're going to see everything become tokenized. It's not going to be transparent though. It's not going to be transparent. I do have a hot take about AI I want to share with you guys at the end of the show. And it's about privacy. I'm actually anticipating a crypto. I'm anticipating somebody to drop a crypto project. And again, I have no insider information. That was just a thought in my mind this morning. I'm anticipating somebody to drop a crypto AI project with a privacy token affiliated, and that's 100% private. Because when you use like ChatGPT and Grok, if there's a subpoena, if there's something, if you get in trouble for something, they are going to dig into your history. And the reason why I know this is because I read multiple articles yesterday about the arsonist that they caught for the LA fires. And one of the things that he did was they got a subpoena, I believe, and they checked his Grok and they checked his ChatGPT stuff. So, and one of the things he had he had queued one of those up, those searches. So they're using it as further incrimination. And there's a lot of people that are, I got one Zec, baby, I got one Zcash. But there's a lot of people that have personal relationships with AI and and are asking like things that are going to incriminate them, which I don't know. I like my privacy, so I don't put a lot of my information into a lot of things. I do have different devices for things. But moral of the story is here, be careful what information you put on the internet as far as, AI, because they're checking. I actually used AI for my daughter's diagnosis this morning, which was pretty helpful. Broke things down really well. And I also used it for, we use it for different things for the show and stuff. So, yep, that's a good point, John Legend. I don't use the AI. I'll be installing it on my own AI PC at some point. Yeah. Self-key coin. That one's an old one. Yeah, it is. But yeah, they use that to incriminate them. So be careful what you look up. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about Ripple. Ripple expands into Baharian and boosts for RLUSD. One of my takes on X that I was talking about was RLUSD kind of it didn't necessarily pop up out of anywhere. Like Ripple has it's a banker ecosystem. That's what XRP is. It's not a bad thing, but it's really interesting to see how they're like kind of silently directly competing with USDC and USDT. Stablecoins are not sexy, they're not fun, but they are things that we do need to pay attention to because it does help with market sentiment and other aspects. But Ripple is expanding into the Middle East through a partnership with Bahrain fintech bay to integrate blockchain and stablecoin infrastructure. The corporation aims to enhance digital asset use in regulated markets, building on Ripple's existing Dubai license. RLUSD is central to its strategy of connecting tokenized assets with traditional payment systems. This is probably the key part, is the tokenization. That is a big part. Again, we just covered a story about wealth managers and tokenization is going to keep growing. So we probably should be paying attention to that, right? Just a little bit. Now, over here, XRP leverage ETFs surge, signaling a shift in crypto investment strategies. We talked about this yesterday, not necessarily with XRP, but people are looking for, because retail has access to the leverage ETFs, so they're looking for a little bit of exposure to more risky assets so they can make more money. But apparently, the XRP focused leverage ETFs got over 500 million in assets under management in less than a year after launch. The derivatives are growing, and over 9 billion open interest in XRP futures, and over 7 billion average daily volume in early October, which is absolutely wonderful. Now let's go ahead and take a real quick look at the market, because there's some stuff. Market's just kind of not doing too terribly great. Oh, look at Zcash is up. Zcash is up. Is bull market finish? This is the thing. We are in a bull market, but it is different than the previous cycles. And just because it's different than previous cycles doesn't necessarily mean it's not a bull market. It's just different. And another thing that I'm also noticing is really crazy sentiment on X. Really, really crazy sentiment. It's like Bitcoin's at all-time high. Ethereum is almost at $5,000. Like the type of adoption that we have right now is insane, but everybody's like depressed. A lot of people left crypto Twitter. There's a lot of political, just a lot of cuckoo-ness happening. So, it's just different. It's very much different. Like you actually have to work for your bags this cycle. You got to work for your money. Like Gamer likes to focus on crypto stocks. Those are pumping like crazy. Raider likes to focus on meme coins. He's well versed in that. There's other people that know how to trade, that they're able to successfully navigate the markets. There's others that are just buying and holding and dollar cost averaging and taking profit when they need to. So it's a little bit different. It's just different. You actually have to be skilled in this market. So I'm doing a lot less trading. I'm doing a lot less trading. I'm not really participating in meme coins, and that's just me. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. If you're good at it and you're making money ethically and legally, do it. Do it. All right. Now, take a look at the markets. Also to you guys, Kraken, if you are a brand new sign up, if you trade $100 in volume, you get $25 worth of XRP. It's not a crazy amount, but hey, it's better than nothing. Also, too, they're matching 2% deposit. So if you're somebody that's already using Kraken and you deposit crypto or cash, they're matching up to 2%, which is great. We love that for them. And anyone that's brand new there or just depositing, I'm taking advantage of the 2% deposits. I don't get the XRP. I wish I got the XRP. Now, Bitcoin is nuking, so the entire market's kind of like meh right now, and this explains some of the sentiment. So we're currently testing $120,000 right now. IBIT's dropping, SPX is dropping, gold is dropping. So pretty much everything is dropping. Bitcoin is not an outlier. As far as our big chart, we kind of need to stay above 120,000, but it looks like we will drop a little bit more. Not looking super, super great. Now, Ethereum is dropping as well. We do have support between 42 and about 4,000. Solana currently broke down below 225, is also dipping. And we do have areas of support within like these boxes, but yeah. XRP is dropping as well. We'll probably retap on 273, which is historic support, and it has been since July of 2025. Chainlink going down as well. ADA probably going to retap on support about 75 cents. HBAR dropping here, and hopefully we sustain. This is not a great pattern for HBAR, primarily because we just keep making I think it's lower lows or lower highs. I always get those confused all the time, but this is kind of important because if we drop, it's not looking super great. But other than that, markets are just kind of right now. BNB is finally down, getting a little bit of a correction, but I do see BNB hitting $2,000 a cycle, and yeah. Now let's go ahead and get into the next one over here. Let's talk about the ETFs. The reason why we're covering the ETFs is because I really want you guys to pay attention to which ones that are getting applied for and which ones will become crypto ETFs, because I think it gives you, especially the brand new people here, I think it gives you a solid foundation on what to start researching or where to get started. That's why we cover them a lot. Because we can talk about all kinds of other stuff, but I just think that this is a good starting point because this is a channel for beginners and people that like entertainment, because I'm a little bit cuckoo. But I think it's important to stay updated on that. Now, Bitwise files to update their Solana ETF to include staking in the name and provides a fee. Fees will be 0.2%. That's wonderful. I think we covered this yesterday, but that's good. So we're going to have staking ETFs. Also, Canary Trump coin ETF listed on DTCC. This is the thing. Do we need meme coins? Lower highs. Thank you, Steve's. Bahrain. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do we need stable coins? Or excuse me, do we need meme coins as spot ETFs? I don't think it's a good look. I don't think it's a good look for Trump, the Trump coin to be there. I don't. Did I vote for him because he's pro crypto? Yeah. Did I vote for him since 2016? Yeah. But do I think it's a good look? No. I don't like it. Do you guys like it? Do you think it's good? I don't. It is weird because he's current sitting president. Also, a bunch of new stacked ETFs were just filed. We'll use futures to provide exposure to two asset strategies, but all are one Bitcoin, crypto, gold, DAT related. So a bunch of these were put out. US stocks and one-time gold premium ETF, Bitcoin and one-time treasury premium. These are interesting. These start to get a little bit complex, in my personal opinion. But again, that's what traditional finance is. Like, a lot of people say crypto is for all the scammers and whatnot. But realistically, look at the stock market. Crypto is just an extension of the stock market. They are. It just basically retail says, you know what, F you, because we don't have a seat at the table. So we're going to go ahead and do this. That's what they did. And it's really how you navigate the market that makes you good or bad. Silver hit a new all-time high at 51.16. Nice. That's awesome. I've got a bunch of Tiffany silver from like 2000s. Apparently there's some drama going on with BSC. Binance Smart Chain just flipped Solana and Ethereum and Mindshare. Polymarket is now number 5 in the overall app in the whole market. Well, which makes sense. And again, Polymarket is built on... It is built on Polygon. And I believe he was the youngest founder to make be worth $1 billion, youngest person. Also, CZ is kind of talking about what's going on with BNB and Sol and all kinds of stuff. Let's go ahead and let's see what's going on over here. Okay. So basically, CZ is like, I was in Bahrain all day and with real life meetings. He says the crypto market crash happened while he's offline. A lot of memes dumped. This is the thing. There's a lot of speculation in what's happening with Binance and the BSC meme coins. I'm just going to tell you this. I'm going to keep it really, really straightforward with you. Meme coins are gambling. Meme coins are a casino. If you play with meme coins in 2025, understand they don't work like 2020, 2021. Those you would put money in and they would keep going up and up and up and up and up. And then they would, after like a couple months or weeks or whatever, they would finally rug. And then they would finally go to zero and finally go away. Okay, that's what would happen. But you were able to actually trade those, get in, get out, do what you had to do, sell ethically. But meme coins right now on BSC, the BNB stuff, and the Solana, there's people that they're using AI and they're using bots and they're better than most of us. Is what it is. There's no crying in the club, honey. There's no crying in the casino. So again, like, I used to play around with meme coins, not so much now because number one, I don't have time. And number two, like, it's a lot, and it's like fast, in and out, super fast. So moral of the story is, to me, I'm just going to be playing with my larger cap stuff that I know is going to become spot ETFs. That it's a lot easier for me to play. It is. So do what works for you, honey. You got this. But I'm just saying, like, it's a little bit rough out there in them streets. Also, BNB chain gas fees have been reduced by 20 times. Cool. That's wonderful. We love to see it. Now, Mr. Shane Copeland of Polymarket is hinting that there may be a Polycoin, not that type of poly, not Polygon, but Polycoin. So we'll see what happens with that. I like Polymarket. I think they're cool. Also, Polygon launches major payments upgrade with Rio, faster, lighter, and easier to build. So Polygon's still out there doing stuff. They've just been a little bit quiet. I have a video for them coming out on Friday, by the way. So watch that. In addition to this, what are the key I did a video on TikTok and it sucks. Like TikTok's algorithm just is terrible, like absolutely terrible now. I can't even get 1,000 views on some media, like some stuff. It's just weird. It's just, I don't know what they did over there since when they first tried to shut it down in the US, but it's not the same. And it's just really sad. It really, really is, because the platform, they had the best algorithm, but they don't. But that's okay, because I get like 4 times the views on Instagram and then on Facebook. So the reason why Polygon launched the Rio upgrade on mainnet is because they're focused on payments. And it introduces a new block production model, increases throughput, and provides near instant finality, improves the reliability for payments, stateless validation, now live. Upgrade was designed to support high volume, low cost global payments and use cases. Why is this important? It's important because stablecoins are now a thing and because we want to do transactions for everything with crypto. That's why we did it. Also, they're one of the big, that's where Polymarket was built on top of them. And I think that they're going to have a lot of other different platforms in addition to that. So they're going to need to get this up because they got a lot of others to compete with. Now, Amina Bank introduces regulated Polygon pool staking for institutions. So this is just institutions. Amino Bank is a Swiss FINMA regulated bank. It's a crypto bank and it's come the first one to offer to globally offer institutional staking services, which is cool. But again, this is for institutions. This is not for retail. Shout out to Jonathan Perez for becoming an OArmy member. Greatly, 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 greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. We'd love to see you here. So thank you. TikTok was bot views. Oh, okay. That doesn't make any sense how it was bot views, but thank you for that. And then mine actually were not bot views, and because I was getting it was being pushed out to more people, and you can tell by the likes and the comments and those types of things. Anyways, Blackrock and Berlin Howard tokenized funds launch on C Network via Kaio's institutional grade infrastructure. So shout out to C. Ocean Protocol Foundation withdraws from the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. Ocean can be depegged and relisted on exchanges. What happened? That's crazy. Ooh. It ends a partnership with Fetch AI and SingularityNet. Decision is aimed at preserving independent tokenomics for Ocean and enabling supply reduction and buybacks via burns. Ocean can now be depegged from FET and may be relisted on exchanges. Wow. I'm not holding any Ocean, but wow, that's interesting. Over 81% of Ocean supply has already been converted to FET. 270 million Ocean still remains across 37,000 wallets. ASI Alliance, the move is a natural transition while reaffirming commitment to decentralized AI goals. Interestingly enough. Another cool thing from Coinbase. Coinbase integrates DEX trading within its exchange for US users on Base Network. The reason why this is so important is because oh, actually, no, it's not really important because New York users are still excluded. But it does allow for on-chain swaps. So that's cool. Anyways, that's a show for today. I like Cardano's Midnight. You could get an airdrop and all kinds of stuff with that. I need to kind of see. I like Cardano. I hold Cardano. I think Midnight Network's awesome. I love the fact, one of the smart things that Cardano did is that they have their privacy sidechain, Midnight. They're giving massive airdrops. I believe it's XRP, BAT, BNB, Avalanche, Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and ADA, of course. There might be one other that I'm missing, but I like the fact that they're showcasing interoperability. They're showcasing privacy. And I think it's really cool. I think that it was a very, very smart move to say, hey, you know what, we got to be a little bit more user friendly. And that basically means interoperability, because if your two languages cannot communicate, especially in crypto where we are now with all the tokenization and everything happening. So that's my personal opinion. I like it. But anyways, on that note, sending you guys love and light. I got a video for you at 2 p.m. PT, so watch it. And then I'll see you tomorrow morning. And then 6 p.m. PT. Bye.